Very interested in protecting her image back home.
Whilst Britney has continued to become a bona fide media sensation, does she really still deserve the accolade of Queen of Teen Pop?
I think she has the required talent for captivating American audiences today. Will we be talking about Britney Spears 50 years from now? I think the jury's still out on that for sure. Madonna has found her permanent place, like Marilyn Monroe and so many others. I don't know that Britney is there yet.
Britney Spears has done what I think is an incredible thing in achieving the level of fame that she has. You know, there are so many actors and musicians and talented people of all kind who may achieve fame that seems a little greater than their talent, but with Britney, the ratio seems just off the charts to me. But she's undoubtedly a phenomenon. It's really incredible how famous she is, how prevalent she is in our culture. Britney is everywhere. And, you know, if people say, well, you know, what is she great at? She's not really great at anything, you know, but she's great at being famous. And she's just done a miraculous job. So I thought, you know, this was, if you ask who's the most powerful celebrity in our culture, Britney's one of them. You know, she was actually, I think, Forbes magazine, when they named the most powerful celebrities, I think it was 2 years ago, Britney was #1. That's a remarkable achievement for a girl who I think at the time was about 20. So that's a phenomenon worth writing about.
Because it's not just about the musicianship or someone having this fabulous voice. It's about the songs, which people know and want to hear, replicated the same way, but you've also got to give them something else visually. So, I mean, she's come up with some amazing effects. Tour before last, I believe it was, she had this sort of indoor rain effect where it was actually raining in the arena and on the stage, and she and her dancers got all wet. But it wasn't just a little bit of rain. I mean, it was a monsoon, and I don't know how they worked out the drainage system for this off the stage, but it was a pretty cool effect. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Because you look at her live shows, she's not singing. Or if she is, she's singing heavily over tracks. There's been a lot of controversy about Britney lip-syncing in concerts, and she's denied it a lot, but anyone at the show is like, come on, there's no question. I mean, Britney actually said once, she said, I don't lip-sync at my shows, but sometimes I need a little help. Like, come on, you're lip-syncing. But you know what? It doesn't matter. The fans don't care.
But offstage, who is the real Britney Spears?
Interviewing Britney can be really hard work because she's very, very savvy to who she is and who she is as a brand. So this isn't about living her life how she wants to do it. It's about living this role model's life, about living a brand, if you like. So you buy into the Britney brand. You're not really buying into that girl, Britney. So when you come to interview her, that can be really hard because she toes the line every single time. She's not too outrageous. She's not too emotional, so she doesn't give too much away. She's just quite calm and collected, gives quite short answers, and generally says the same thing again and again. So you know she's quite pleasant and you know she's quite sweet. But trying to dig out the dirt or just to get her to say something a bit more outrageous or to kind of see her sense of humour or to get some kind of flavour of who Britney really is can be quite hard.
My only time to really chat with her was when we were on the radio. And, you know, she knows how to do interviews. She's been trained. She knows the right answers. And the problem is in that meeting, I learned nothing about Britney Spears as a human being. She was a great product, said all the right things, thanked her fans, said it was great to be in Britain. You know, all the normal cliched stuff that you could tick off in the boxes, and then she left. So my feeling was, Britney Spears, yeah, nice looking girl. That was Britney Spears. That was a huge entourage. Bye. And off she went. Next time I met her was when we were doing the Pepsi Chart TV show. And strangely, she was left in a room on her own because normally Britney's never left. She's got minders and people and mentors looking after her. She was still about 17 at this time. And she was on her own in a room. And we were going to do an interview, but actually the camera hadn't arrived. So we were actually sitting there for about 20 minutes having a chat, which was really nice. And in that time, What I found was a sweet young girl who was desperate to do some normal things.
She's just really well marketed, and they've just made it clear from day one that she will present a certain image and that she must live up to that in every way. And I think that's where we've seen the changes through with Britney over the years. You saw Baby One More Time, and the whole Britney brand at that time was about sweet and innocence, but with a little bit of sex appeal. You move on to Oops, I Did It Again, and suddenly you're getting a raunchier side of Britney, but she's still playing it quite safe. She's still got Justin on her arm, and you know, she's in a couple. She's still saying she doesn't believe in sex before marriage, but actually you're seeing a raunchier side of her, and she's starting to grow up.
Although it seems the dream life goes to places but never visits them. You know, she gets out of a plane, she gets in a car, she goes to a hotel, she goes to a studio, a radio studio, goes to perform, goes to rehearsals, plane, and the same thing, you know, repeated 100 times. Never gets to go anywhere, never does anything real, never been shopping in London. And that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to go shopping in London with her friends. That would have been her dream. But actually, she couldn't do it because she had no time and wasn't allowed out and blah, blah, blah. And I remember saying to her, don't you think this is stupid? Here you are, you're famous, you're doing well, you got some money. She goes, yeah, it'd be nice to be able to go off and do those things. And I'm sure that's the problem of a lot of young stars. They've got the machine, the marketing machine, the management, the record company, everyone around them telling them, go here, say that, be that, do that, look like that. And actually there comes a point where I'm sure they just want to be themselves. So at that time I thought, actually Britney, she was a sweet girl. Actually, she was a sweet young girl because you see the grown-up, sexy, confident Britney Spears dancing in the video, and she was just like a little girl sitting down having a chat.
Britney recorded her new songs for an eagerly anticipated second album, Oops, I Did It Again, in April 2000. And the single of the same name shot to the top of the music charts around the globe.
I like Oops, I Did It Again. I like it because I thought she looked amazing in that. She looked super hot in that red catsuit. You know, great dancing, very slick, very pro, and again, a very catchy pop song. You know, the songwriters came up with the goodie there. It's one of those you play it on the radio and it just leapt out of the radio. It was good.
Oops, I Did It Again, I think, is just so memorable. I think that it's just a really exciting track, and it kind of makes you want to get up and dance.
Other tracks included Lucky and the controversial cover version, I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
That wasn't maybe the smartest song for her to cover, I Can't Get No Satisfaction. That was like sort of a sacred cow that perhaps she should not have revisited.